in top-notch talk. Here with Coach Brandon Smith, South Warren. He's been the head coach 11 years. He was a 2024 5A Coach of the Year and three-time state champion. So we're going to get into some things about on the field, off the field, to get going this year. So this offseason, you guys are going to 6A. So is there a big transition there from different teams versus last year?
Yeah, so when I started, we were actually in 3A, and so we have transitioned from 3A to 4A to 5A, and now 6A. So kind of used to it. The program's kind of used to it, but there's definitely a difference. There's always a jump up in competition, and really just kind of you're getting into bigger schools, and with that comes a lot of things, minute things like amount of staff members they have, amount of players they have. But it's definitely a big jump up. But we're looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. It's going to be a new challenge. It's the top league. It's the best of the best, and so we're excited about it.
So with going to 6A, obviously there's a big difference. So like winter workouts, summer workouts, have you changed anything? Have you brought in other people who's maybe from 6A who came down, maybe hiring more staff, or just change it up because you're going against bigger schools with a more pool to play with?
Yeah, good question. We've actually we're trying to progress because I mean, if you want to compete with the big dogs, then you gotta run your program the same way. And so we've tried to make progressions there and do the best we can. Our staff has grown, but that's because the program has grown. We're around 120 kids this year, and I think the number's going to keep going up. But as far as winter workouts, we didn't change anything, but there's definitely intensity. You got to raise your expectations. You got to raise your standard and how you train if you want to compete with the level that we're going to compete with.
Yeah, for sure. So with that being said, going up to playing bigger schools, bigger competition, have you had any key additions, or players that in the past may have been junior varsity, or maybe even coming from middle school, or however y'all do y'all's um, JV and stuff, who's progressed this off season, who's taken a big jump, and it's going to help you out on the field this year?
Yeah, we've got especially up front. We've got the majority of our skill guys back. On the offensive line, we're going to have some new faces up there. Xavier Wilson, Caleb Wilson, Aiden Hines. Those guys are going to fill some spots. Quarterback, we've got Camden Page, and then you'll see some of Chase Bell as well. Defensively, TK Darden, Riley Allers had a really good offseason. He'll be a linebacker for us that expecting big things out of. And then Corbin Logan's another young guy that's made a big impression on of us. So you start to see, at the beginning of every year, you got all the old names in your mind, and they're not there anymore. So some new guys start to rise to the top, and some new guys start to make themselves, household names. And this year shouldn't be any different.
Yeah. So opening up this Friday, Bryan Station looks like they were 7-5 last year. What have you seen maybe on film where you can even notice the jump from 5A to 6A, but also just y'all scheme versus their scheme? How do you think you match up?
Yeah, Bryan Station, they have a great program. Coach Hopkins was there for a long time, and now Coach Haskins, who's been around the program for as long as I can remember, is the head coach now. But they went to the 6A finals 2 years ago, played in the state championship game. Got a lot of talent, a lot of ability. That's kind of what they're known for is just athletes all over the field. They've got a couple linemen that are really impressive. They're fast on defense. They're fast on offense. So we want to play really well. Kind of try to contain the speed and not let them big play us and overwhelm us on defense.
So last question is fan question of the week. What inspired you to become a coach?
Good question. I had really good experiences as a player from my coaches. My father being one of them, but there was a lot of assistant coaches. Coach Chris Purdue is one of them. That he was offensive coordinator, but from rec league on up, through college, I didn't have bad experiences. I know some people do, but I had really good coaches, and I saw the impact that they made on others, and myself included. And I just thought that was the coolest thing in the world, and I wanted to do that too. And so from a very young age, I knew that's what I wanted to do, and so I kind of had my mindset on it, and I'm doing it now, and I love it.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you being here for week one. Week two, we will have a player of the game, so it could be best player for that game, best teammate through practice. Somebody just doing the right thing through the week, and then also we will be doing at the end of the coaching show through the season. We will be giving away a free unit, so we'll be coming out with how you can win that system at the end of the year.